Hi, I'm Cheryl, and I am a mindfulness teacher with the Grand Rapids Center for Mindfulness and owner of Teens Just Breathe. I teach mindfulness and mindful self compassion to children, teens, and families and parents. And I plan on offering a series of mini mindfulness lessons and meditations for a while now, 2 times a week. And this series is for adolescents or teens. So middle school and high school can all join in. Um, Parents can too, if you'd like. Um, so our purpose here is to just do little 10 or 15-minute nuggets of information and practices. So we'll begin by just noticing what mindfulness is. It's the idea that we pay attention on purpose with kindness and patience, curiosity and non-judgment. And it is a lifelong practice. It's something that the more you do, the more you strengthen a particular area in your brain. And we will be talking about the brain as this series unfolds. But one of the words that we'll learn about is neuroplasticity. This idea that we know from scientific research that when we practice mindfulness, we actually change the wiring in our brain. And this is really exciting and promising, knowing that by practicing these healthy habits and bringing tools for ourselves to learn how to practice these healthy habits, we actually change our brain. It's a little bit like when you work out and you lift weights, we increase muscle mass. It's like a workout for your brain. The more we practice, the stronger those signals get. So we practice mindfulness to bring a sense of calm, balance, to help with anxiety and worry. We learn how to let go of that and how to work with it and how to notice it. We work with mindfulness to notice our feelings, our physical sensations, our thought sensations. We do practices to learn how to be kinder to ourselves. That's part of mindfulness, is this idea of self-kindness, self-care is what we're practicing. So you can do this anytime, anywhere. I recommend that when we begin mindfulness, that we make an intention to find a time and a place every single day to practice this. Even 5 or 10 minutes each day will start making a difference in your mind and in your brain. I like to practice in my bedroom. I find it peaceful and quiet there. And I also like to sit in a chair and sit cross-legged, and that's just what I've discovered really works for me. So today we're going to learn about mindful bodies, how we could sit or lie when we practice mindfulness, and the word of neuroplasticity, that idea that our brain is changeable. And we're going to learn our first couple of mindfulness practices. So let's begin. We'll begin by just simply listening to the bell. So we're going to pay attention on purpose to the sound of the bell. When you can't hear the sound of the bell any longer, you can raise your hand. So we'll begin by sitting upright, straight spine. If we're in a chair, we'll keep our feet on the floor so we can feel the ground with our bottoms of our feet. If we're sitting cross-legged, we'll be able to feel the surfaces our body is touching. Our hands rest in our lap. And if we feel comfortable with this, we close our eyes. That's a signal to our brain that we are about to begin training. Closing our eyes can help us go inside, but you can keep your eyes open. You also could lie down. Some practices recommend that. You have to be mindful of not falling asleep when you lie down. So if you feel yourself being sleepy, you might be better off sitting up for it. But you can practice and experiment with all kinds of ways to do that. So for now, I'm sitting upright on a chair. My feet are on the floor. My legs are not crossed. They're just touching the floor gently, and my hands will be resting in my lap. So you're going to close your eyes, listen to the sound of the bell, and when you can't hear the sound any longer, you will open your eyes and raise your hand. Let's begin. So you open your eyes and come back into the room. Take a moment to notice how you might be feeling right now. Notice your physical sensations in your body. Notice your thoughts, your feelings. Just see how you feel. Just notice, be curious. No judgments, just notice. You just practiced mindfulness. You paid attention on purpose to the sound of the bell. So notice how that went for you. Was it easy? Was it difficult? Just notice, no judging, no right or wrong here. So we're going to try that listening one more time. And this time, instead of raising your hand, we'll just listen for any other sounds after the sound of the bell goes away. We'll just listen for any other sounds that we can hear either in the room or outside of the room. Maybe we'll spend a minute just listening. So again, you're in your mindful body, sitting upright. Eyes are closed. Feet are on the ground. And give yourself this moment to practice mindfulness. So you can come back into the room, open your eyes, notice how you feel again, and notice what you heard when you were listening outside of the bell. It's rather surprising what we hear when we pay attention on purpose. I'm hearing this lovely sound of the wind. The wind chimes are ringing. I hear car sounds. I heard footsteps downstairs. What did you hear? Mindfulness gives us this chance to pay attention on purpose, and we learn all kinds of new information that we might not have paid attention to before. It gives us new information and new tools to work with as we move through our day. So we're going to close with one last practice, and we're going to practice a mindfulness of our body. So again, I would like you to sit up, feet are on the floor, shoulders are relaxed, eyes are closed, and we'll begin. Breathing in deeply. And breathing out. Breathing in. And breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. And just returning your breath to a normal breathing pattern. No need to change it. We'll just notice it. You might notice your breath as it comes in and as it goes out. You might notice the pathway and the sensations as you breathe in. And then the sensations as you breathe out. You can feel your feet touching the ground. You might notice the sensations of your feet in your shoes, or simply maybe in your socks or bare feet. And notice any sensations as they rest on the ground. You might notice temperature, tingling, pulsing. And then we return our attention to the breath. We might even say to ourselves, breathing in, I know I am breathing in. Breathing out, I know I am breathing out. And with each out breath, you can even relax a little. Be aware of any tension, maybe in your shoulders or your jaw or your belly. And as you breathe in and out, you can direct your attention into those areas that might feel tight or tense. And just breathe. Noticing your feet on the ground, your hands on your lap, and your breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Your breath might even feel like waves on an ocean as your breath rises and falls in a rhythm or a pattern. Allowing our body to relax and just spend this time, these few moments, with our breath. In a moment, I will be ringing the bell, and you can open your eyes and come back in the room when you can't hear it any longer. So, open your eyes, come back into the room. Notice how you feel after you've given yourself these moments of quiet and breath. And to review, we learned what mindful bodies are. We learned neuroplasticity, how our brain changes with practice. And we learned that practicing mindfulness is paying attention on purpose with kindness and patience and curiosity. This was the first of many series that will be coming along your way. Your challenge this week is to practice mindfulness. Find a place that you can practice. Find a time of day that you can practice. And try to do it, maybe 5 minutes each day. Right now we have plenty of time, so sometimes that's our problem, is not having enough time, but now we do have time. So take advantage of this time to do something good for yourself. Thank you for being with me, and I look forward to seeing you again.